Africa is the new frontier.
With new innovation,
Fly Entertainment,
Social voices. What's your view?
we have one.
Join us for real voices
from real women.
with views from Africa.
Welcome, lovely viewers, to another episode of Views from Africa. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch Views from Africa. We are very grateful, and I hope you're having a good day wherever you are. So, today we're going to dive straight into our first topic, and we're talking about upcoming designers. I see you all ladies wearing some very nice things. So
Oh yeah.
we want to talk about upcoming designers. Like, do we know some of them? What have we seen their works? Do we like it? Like,
When we talk about upcoming design, my mind goes straight to Papa Opon.
yeah, that
I
guy is
thought
amazing.
he's a talent from here, and he's somewhere out there in the world doing his business, and he can't be ignored. That he's so talented and he's so good that his work has been on CNN and most of the international platforms that even established designers wish to be on. He's been there. He's attained that kind of recognition, and he's a young boy from Ghana. I feel like it's really commendable, and I'm so happy for him and where his career is going now.
Yeah. I mean, I think Payon
Yeah,
is doing amazing. I love him so much because he made me this jumpsuit. Oh my god!
I love
I was so
jumpsuits.
jealous. I went out with her and I was jealous.
Lori introduced me to him, and she was my date for that day.
And I was so jealous of her. She looked too good in it. It was just a perfect fit.
Because I had never heard of him. I just told her, I'm like, I have this program I need to go to, and then my designer disappointed me, so I need someone who can make me a dress in like 3 days. And she was like, oh, I know this guy. I'm like, is he really good? She said, yes. So I took his number, we met up. He just sketched it. He was like, looking at you. I'm like, please, I don't wear, I can't. He said, please, you have a nice body, you have to flaunt it.
Oh yeah.
Nice thing. I mean, when he came to my house for fitting, my mom was like, hey, I'm like, please, I'm on
So he
fleek
came to your
today.
house?
Yeah, he actually came to my
So
house.
that's like
for
a
dress for
tailored.
fitting,
That's like
yeah.
a tailored.
So he came for
situation.
fitting, he knew what he had to adjust,
Oh, I love
sent
that.
it back, worked on it, brought it. He actually styled me for that day, so he showed me what kind of shoes to pair it with, even my hairstyle, my lip color. I mean, he was just amazing. Like, I keep telling him, we need to make another.
So he basically
outfit.
styled you from head to toe.
Yeah,
so he
he
didn't
did.
just design. He
No,
actually
he actually styled me.
Because there are a lot of people out there that call themselves designers, but actually,
Yeah,
There's a
I
difference
think
between
really.
a stylist and a designer.
Yeah.
Even though some designers can
No,
style,
but for him it was because he had made the dress. He knew the kind of energy he wanted the dress to go with. So he was like, you know what? For this dress, I need you to wear this and this.
and it's
that.
easier for designers to
Yeah,
style
to style.
actually.
It's true. Yeah.
There are so
a
many
few that-
talented designers now. I'll say Haza. I don't know whether you've heard of Haza. And
Yeah, I've heard of him.
yeah, you saw that outfit
saw
with the
the
white
shoe,
one
yeah.
with the
prints,
painting in there. And then we have Jermaine. I think he's also doing quite
And
well.
our own style is Neil. Neil is
the
Neil is
yeah.
amazing
He's
because Neil's
amazing.
done all the clothes that
Yes.
we're wearing
Yes.
today. He
Yes,
styled
thank you,
us,
Neil.
put all the clothes together.
And he's
Yes.
amazing. He's
Accessories
actually,
and
he's
everything.
actually coming up with his own clothing line, and
Yeah.
I just can't wait to see it. I think
There are
he's
so many good
amazing.
designers coming out of
I
Ghana.
think
Totally
Stevie
Ednick,
French.
Steve French,
Oh, yeah.
Alexandra. She's still a student at
I
Radford, and
think
she's
the
so
Radford
creative.
University is actually giving
And,
us
yeah.
lots of amazing designers.
Designers,
Radford,
yes.
because I mean, they have the fashion show they do every year with the new
Yes.
designers coming up, and some of the clothes are amazing.
Seriously.
And
Even the
Ivorian
students-
designer
Yeah.
Loza,
Made
I
it.
think her brand is really going places with how unique her style is, and there are so many people doing amazing things on the continent,
There
and
are.
it's really exciting.
Africa's on the map.
We
We're on the
definitely
map.
are.
Fashion-wise.
We definitely are. And there's so many amazing positive things that are happening and contributions made by people in the society.
Yes.
On the other hand, we have a stark difference where someone like me, this is so new to me, corruption. Okay. Now, when I say corruption, some people do not want to talk about this. A lot of people rather not talk about it, but we all know it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, my first experience was being in the car and seeing a police checkpoint and feeling like you're obligated to give them something. And I'm like, why? We didn't do anything. Why do we have to? Oh, so next time they won't bother us. But we haven't done anything.
The first time I walked into
Or
the
so,
passport
like-
office, I left with tears. I was so upset. I got there at a few minutes before 7 a.m. and I was told I couldn't go in because I was supposed to get there at dawn, like 4 a.m. or something, to join a queue.
Yeah, it's sad.
And I said, why isn't it anywhere? Like, it should be somewhere, okay, these are the rules. Like, every Ghanaian should have access to that kind of information. I don't get here this early in the morning. I left Tema all the way to Accra. So I felt like I had to leave home very early to come. So to get there before 7 a.m. and you telling me I couldn't enter. Meanwhile, I saw other people pay their way in.
Oh, I go in.
Do you get me? But I wasn't ready to do that at that time.
But
And most people are forced to pay their, like, you just pay someone to do it for you. Like, it makes your life so easy. So it's like we are now used to corruption. It's normal. Like, if you want the quick, if you don't want to be frustrated, you just pay someone and then you just get easily done for
corruption
you.
has become normal. So.
That's what's scary about it, that it's become normal. In the other parts of the world, it's a crime to give money to an officer or someone of the law.
Oh, but don't get it
or to,
twisted.
you know-
It happens.
It happens.
It still happens.
Yeah, because I saw a post
happens.
that someone said that the difference between Africa and then the Western world is that at least we are bold enough to say corruption. Like, it's here. But out there, you don't talk about it. It's happening, but people don't
Do you know what
really
it is?
talk
It's
about
because here it happens on a lower level, so more people experience it. Abroad, corruption still happens. It definitely happens. If you want a job, say you're working, you've got a construction firm or something like that, and you're bidding for a project. Sometimes there's a thing called a golden handshake, you know. So you go and give the person an envelope with some money in it. You know, consider me. It's the same thing. We just don't see it because it doesn't happen at our level, so we don't know about it.
It happens
It's
at the higher
corruption
levels.
is absolutely everywhere. So don't think it's just Africa. And that's one thing I don't like about what people do. It's not only Africa that has corruption. Corruption is all over the world.
It's just like it's
But
more the
it's
focus
really
is here.
nice. Seriously.
It is.
Yes.
I mean, but would you, if you wanted to get something done, would you succumb to it and would you pay?
Oh, I did. Like, after that experience, I did.
But do you think that's right? Is it right?
It's not right, but I wasn't ready to go through what I went through. I was actually heartbroken. I was so upset. I woke up at 4 a.m. to get to Accra that early. So to be turned away at the gates, I didn't know at what time I had to leave the house to get to the passport office at 4 a.m.
Why do you have to get there at 4?
Why would I have to get there at
It's
4 a.m.?
ridiculous. Yeah, it doesn't
I
make
didn't know how,
sense.
like, it was
Office
dangerous
hours is 8.
because where I lived was a new neighborhood and it was very dangerous for me to leave the house like at 2 a.m. or like how am I even going to leave the house at that time and get to the passport office at 4 a.m.?
Corruption is
All they
everywhere.
meant to say was
it
they
is.
needed money for me to get in.
Even in the hospital.
That's
I went
pretty
to a
much what they were
hospital-
trying to say.
I went to hospital once and then I saw this little sign that if you want fast track treatment, pay extra. Really? We are all sick. Why would you take money from someone who can afford it and take care of the person faster when someone has been there like from morning, but because the person doesn't have enough money for fast track, whatever, it doesn't make sense. Like, we are all sick. I wouldn't just get up and say, oh, I haven't seen a doctor's face in a long time, so I'm going to go to the hospital. I'm sick. Like, that is why I'm here. I need to be treated immediately. And then when I saw that post, I actually got very upset. But I'm like, no, this is not my hospital. But it was an emergency and it was the closest hospital.
But
so
there
I had
are
to
two
go
sides. There are
It was
two
just
sides to this thing,
insane.
though, because even though we're saying, oh, we don't like corruption and it's wrong, but sometimes it does work to our advantage. Because if you want something done, if you want paperwork processed and you want it done in a timely manner, that 10 cities or however many naira, whatever it is going to push your application through and save you so much headache.
Like the stress you
I
go
would
through
pay.
trying to go through the right routes is just too much.
Yeah, I would pay
But
for those things.
If we stop giving them money, everybody will do their job. Because it's like paying them twice to do what
Yes.
they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So if we are not giving them money, or if we take care of corruption and it goes away, people will be forced to do their jobs. Because that's the only way you're
But
going to make
someone's
money.
always willing to pay, though.
Someone's always willing to pay.
Someone's always willing to
So
pay.
Yeah.
In
10
this country,
cities is not a lot to someone.
We've caught people on camera doing things they weren't supposed to do and nothing happened to them. So what
I've seen it
like,
many
it would take
times.
a lot of work to
You
really
know,
uproot it from our society.
Crossing
It's
police
become part of
barrier,
us.
and then you see the policeman
handshake.
leaning, and then you see that handshake, and it's so quick. You're like, ah, you
And
paid.
everybody knows.
Yeah,
Everybody
everybody
knows.
told me once he was going on and on, where's the license? I'm like, I don't have it. He's like, going on and on. I'm like, you know what, I'm in a hurry. You can take my number, write down my plate. I don't care. Which station are you at? I will bring you my license like within 24 hours. He was going on and on. I'm like, okay, right now, what's my crime? Like, what have I done wrong? He says, and I was like, I've been standing here talking to you. I've had like 6 bikers pass by without helmet. You haven't stopped a single one of them to ask them, oh, where's your helmet? But you've stopped me. You're going and saying that, you have to go to the police station or else you have to. I'm like, I'm not giving you money. Like, I haven't done anything wrong. Like, I'm not giving you money. Like, say, we'll go to the police station. I'm like, fine. I won't give you my money. Like, we will go to the police station. And it's insane. They see you and they think that, oh, yeah, I can make money out of you. So then they take money. And it's funny. Sometimes
a lot of foreigners get stopped as well. I remember.
Sometimes you've not committed any crime, but you are in a hurry. You need to get somewhere. And you don't want them to delay you. So just waste your time.
Because there are no cameras around. He is the policeman. I said you have jammed red lights. I'm like, dude, like really?
It's
it wasn't
bad.
even
It really
amber
is
when I crossed.
It's
But it's your word against his word. So you just have to give him money so that you go away.
I was going somewhere with my husband once and we had to cross a police barrier. And the policeman was like, I mean, granted, we had a light that was out, but we didn't know it wasn't working. So he was like, pull over. So we pulled over and he was like, have you seen your lights? We're like, oh, no, we didn't know. I'm very sorry. Oh, we'll go and get it fixed now. He said, no, you can't do that now. So he said, come to the back of the car. So my husband came to the back of the car. He was like, okay, now go to the front and come back. So he was like, my husband knew what he wanted, but he was like, I don't know what's at the front of the car. He kept looking at the car. He was like, go to the front of the car. Because he couldn't say it. He was like, go to the front of the car. And I was like, what? He did it for so long. The policeman, he was so frustrated. He said, just go away. Just go away. It was frustrating. But like, why? But as we're talking about men and things like that, that leads us onto our next subject. It's a really interesting one. It's about men and why they don't cook. Why don't some men cook? Tell me.
I think some men is key. Some.
Most. A lot of African men, though. Let's be real. They don't cook.
Oh, but you remember the picture I put up one Mother's Day when my uncle cooked for all the women in the house?
Yes.
I mean, it was amazing.
But it's not a regular thing, is it?
It's Mother's Day, so you guys should just relax. But it's not a regular thing. I met a chef once, and I was like, oh, so does your wife cook at home, or you cook? I was like, no, I don't cook. She's the wife.
Oh, and he's a chef.
I'm like, dude, like really? Because she's a wife, so she has to cook. I'm like, I'll be excited to be married to a chef because in my mind, I'll be like, oh yeah, he'll be cooking for me all the time. I was like, no. She is the wife.
Yeah.
I think it's just a mentality we have here in Africa.
It's right. I think it's a culture.
It's
a culture thing.
It's not fair, especially if you've both been out at work all day. I mean, why should one person have to cook more than the other?
It's not accepted for a woman not to know how to cook.
No.
You see, but it's okay for a man and a man not to cook. It's just the way our society is. And when a man cooks and his friends find out he cooks at home, like
they'll be laughing.
It's like you're weak, right?
Why are you cooking?
Really?
Hey,
the friends would laugh at him. That's so bad because other women would admire him. Other women would be like,
other
really?
women would admire him, but other guys would make fun of him. Like,
that's too bad.
As we're speaking about this subject, we actually have a guest speaker with us today. Someone who's not unfamiliar with the camera, who is the wonderful Mami Ajay, who is a producer and actor. She is absolutely multi-talented. So she's going to be on the show with us today, and she's going to let us know about her opinions on men who do and don't
I
cook.
can't wait to hear what she has to say.
I know, right?
It's going to be interesting.
So welcome, Mami.
you.
So nice to have you with us today.
I'm excited.
How do you say star crush though? How do you say that?
Starstruck. Don't worry. Well, we really want to pick your brains today. We want to know, what do you think about men who don't cook? Or maybe can't even cook. Would you date a man that cannot cook and expects you to cook all the time? Would you date him?
Okay, so the first disclaimer is that I'm single.
Okay.
So if you're also single, you might want to think these opinions out there. But listen, I believe that every relationship is a partnership. If we're gonna be together, you cook, I cook. Like respect to the women that cook 7 days a week. Mami and Jay cannot do that.
That ain't
I
you,
won't be able to live that life. So I won't even lie to myself. But I believe like I should be able to cook on one day and you cook the next day. But
That's
I
fair.
feel like we come from a culture that looks down on that, right? So even if a man can cook, he probably won't. You know, he wants to sit at the table. You bring him some water to wash his hands. You know, and unfortunately for that kind of man, like now we're living in a very globalized world. A lot of us are sort of young millennials, and we believe in sharing a little bit.
Exactly.
I can't cook 7 days a week. I can't.
I know there's some men who won't even eat microwave food. Like,
Listen,
you have to cook fresh meal every
Those
day.
men who
Oh,
don't
wow.
even know their way to the kitchen, they are the ones who don't like microwave food. Because I think some women make an effort. They know they
Spoil
can't
them.
cook every day, so
Right.
maybe they cook on Sunday for the. No. He wants a freshly cooked meal every single day. And he doesn't even know the way to the kitchen. Like he'll get missing in his own house if he tries to find the kitchen. And he wants a. Like it won't happen. Like
it's crazy. But
it
that's
won't
actually
happen.
not just an African thing, because I had an African American friend whose husband would not eat leftovers.
Wow.
So every day she's at work 9 to 5. Then she'd come home, cook a fresh meal. Hey,
Ooh,
I can't be married to me then. Sorry.
work.
I'm fresh meal every day. I mean, seriously, you've got to have a life outside the kitchen. I'm not saying, you know, I'll cook only once a week and we stretch it for a whole week till next week. I mean, what's wrong with eating food the next day? I mean, come on. We're both, especially if we're both working. Let's come on. Okay, you're back before me. Okay, you can start. You can prep at least. Do something. You know.
And you know
can't
the funny
expect me
thing,
to do
sometimes
it.
the guy closest from work earlier than the wife, he would come and wait for her to come back, cook for him to eat. Like, meanwhile, he go home first.
I'm even open to like a structure where it's like Sundays is like my cooking day, right?
Yes.
And Sundays,
Yeah.
I'm cooking. Like I get that,
Yeah.
but to expect that every meal that you eat is coming from me,
So,
it's just
Mommy,
not reality.
where do you think they get? Where do you think? Okay, let's talk about here in Africa. Where do you think they get that mentality? The men. Do you think it's something how they were raised? They saw it happening in their household. Their moms taught them. Like, where does that come from?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a culture thing, and I'm not even knocking it. I think there's a reason for culture, and culture is important. And I do believe in a woman's role as far as taking care of her family and being at home. But I think it's very cultural. You know, this idea that there's this idea that a man doesn't even step in the kitchen. Right? It's like, what's he doing in the kitchen? So you can have a man who's been raised wherever outside of Ghana. And the moment he steps in Ghana, he wants you to cook his food. It's like now you're back in the culture.
Right.
And it's true, right? You're in Rome, do as the Romans do.
Exactly.
So I think that as young, maybe westernized women, you have to kind of find the middle ground or find a man that's open to, you know, cooking a little bit. If not,
Sometimes the men are open, but their family, because my best friend was telling me she was in church and she heard this woman on the phone talking to someone. The person's like, my son's wife. I have rights.
Oh.
You know, I'm sure the man doesn't mind. But his mom has a problem with that. Like, you have to cook. And so I don't know. Like maybe the man will be okay with it, but his mom is like,
But does
you
it
have to cook for my son.
seem a little bit sissy, so to speak, for a man to be doing the cooking?
No.
Not at all.
I don't think so.
it's
I find it
sexy,
actually so sexy.
Yes.
Like the man in the kitchen.
Yes.
I know this man who is such a good cook. Like we always enjoy it when he cooks, and he always invites us over, and you are there eating, and you are just so excited because a man cooked
But
for
is he
you.
married? Is he a married man?
No, he's not. But he's not Ghanaian. He's not Ghanaian either. He's white.
I mean,
Glory.
well, then that's it.
That's a different case.
Okay, so you, Mama, let me ask you this, and then Amajaz and Della, because you guys have lived out there. Do you think a Ghanaian guy living outside would cook for his wife?
So I dated a guy, right? I dated him when I didn't live in Ghana, and then when I lived in Ghana, we were still dating, and he cooked all the way through.
Oh,
Right? Like he was a cooker.
A cooker, not a chef, a cooker.
But as I'm now
I like
in my
that.
single days, I'm finding out that that's not the case.
Oh.
Most men want you to, like, the person's like, okay, so can you cook? I'm like, hey. I'm like, I can cook. That's the thing, like, I can cook. I like to cook. But if the feeling to cook doesn't hit me, I'm not cooking.
I
So
know.
I need to find someone who's like, it's okay if you don't cook.
I'm going to cook.
Yeah.
But there are Ghanaian men outside of Ghana who will cook gladly. I mean, it's maybe, I don't know where they are or what, but like you said, maybe they'll come back and they'll be like, I'm not doing it.
See, in our house, I think the situation is a little bit different because I have children. So I'm the mother, and most of the time I'm at home. So therefore, I do the cooking.
Yeah.
When it was just me and my husband, he would sometimes cook. But you know, as you progress in marriage, you know, the cooking becomes a little bit
And
less.
when you hit the
But then-
Ghanaian so hard, like you vanish.
But he's never there. He loves what he does, so he's always, you know, doing his projects, his building projects. So he's not at home. So most of the time, I will do the cooking. If I'm not there, then you know, he will occasionally cook, but it's not something that happens. But actually, I don't actually feel too uncomfortable about that
Yeah.
because when he hits that kitchen, oh my gosh, it's like someone's been robbed us. Honestly, plates, cupboards left over. I'm like, what happens in here? Oh, you know.
And you
So
know,
I'm like, get out my kitchen, please. You know.
this might seem a little far-fetched, but I feel like cooking in our culture is tied into sexuality, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
So the
definitely.
idea of cooking and serving your man, putting the food on the table for him to come, wash his hands, it's all tied into our sexuality
Yeah.
as women, as wives.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't want us to like completely throw that away. Like, I'm not cooking.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
not
there's
at all.
something really like womanly about
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Definitely.
I just can't do it every day.
Not
I
every
really,
day.
I really wish I wish I could cook very, very well because in future I want a really big kitchen like so I could play around.
You can't cook though.
No, I don't have all the recipes. I try. I can.
It's cooking.
I can fry an
I
egg.
can make breakfast. I can fry egg and all.
fry egg.
But
rice
But I
water.
think some men are really doing well, especially when like you consider your woman, you know she also has a job that is stressful and you support. My friend's husband is the only one who cooks jollof in their house, and his jollof is the best. Like that's why I eat my jollof. Like when he cooks it, she tells us, okay, he's cooked his jollof, and then we just go to eat.
You don't eat your jollof in your own kitchen.
No. No, even in their own house, my friend doesn't cook the jollof. Like he's the one who does the jollof, and we know it always tastes so good. So I feel like he knows how stressed she is sometimes, and he takes over the cooking, and I think it's nice. It's nice for a man to also take up.
Imagine
Definitely,
a man
but
who
you
wants
know.
to eat fufu every day.
Yeah.
And you have to, he doesn't want to eat fufu, so you have to.
But they exist.
They do
Sure.
exist.
But
They
ladies,
do
I'm
exist.
afraid we are out of time once again. It's been so quick. You know, the day's gone so quick.
This is fun.
But yeah, it has been
Yeah,
really nice.
it's
It's been
really
so
fun.
nice
Thank
having you
you.
on the
Yeah.
show
You have to
today.
come back
We loved
again.
having you. Yeah, you have to come
I
back.
know.
But for all of you at home watching, thank you so much for watching us again. So, but until next time.
Mm.